Now joining us in the studio is Jane Gibson Opataya. She's from International Children Care Australia, and we are blessed to have her. She's also a mother of 4. Thanks, Jane, for joining us.
Thank you, ladies, for having me.
Yeah, now look, being involved in International Children's Care Australia, what sets your organisation apart from other charities?
Sure. We're fairly unique. We have a lot of programs. Where our sponsorship programs, we don't just support children in primary school, we go straight through to tertiary. We focus in 4 countries, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Cambodia and the Philippines. And we have a range of other projects such as microfinance. We rescue and help human trafficked.
What's microfinance? I read in the CEO's report something about 2,000 women. You guys are helping 2,000 women and their families receive microfinance. What is it?
It's a small business loan, and it just empowers them. It helps them, to feel independent. As a mum, I understand how it feels to want to provide for your children, and that's what we do. We empower women to provide for their children.
So it's not just about giving them a fish and feeding them for a day. You're actually teaching them how to fish and letting them, grow their businesses. Yeah.
Giving them at least a start at it anyway.
Yeah.
You were saying before you helped with trafficking as well and girls within that situation. Can you tell me about those projects or that one?
Yeah, we have the Bless Project in the Philippines. As you know, the statistics are so high around the world, but particularly in the Philippines, we have set up a vocational training centre and transitional accommodation for those who are going through court cases or who, are in the process of being freed by that. Dilemma.
What's the situation there? What's going on? Do parents know that this is what their daughters are doing, or are they trying to make money from their daughters doing this? What is the situation?
Look, there's a range of issues and there's a range of factors, and interestingly enough, there's sometimes a case where the neighbour sells off that child, or parents have sent their children to their aunt to be cared for, and the child has disappeared.
Hoping for that they'll have a better life, and then this is what happens.
Jane, can you help us understand a little bit more about what's happening in those 4 countries? Why you've chosen those 4 countries to focus your work on?
Sure. We work in partnership with other organisations and with other partners in those particular countries. That's where some of our specialties lie, and a lot of our staff are very familiar with that, and also the people that we work with, a lot of the locals and community groups that we work with are quite stronger in terms of our relationship at this time with them.
So you also have an adopted child?
We sponsor children,
Yep.
So we have children's villages in each of those countries, and we have opportunities available where people can sponsor children in those countries, and they reside in a village, but they're also put through the school that's attached to that. So we're very proud of the children moving from primary school right through to tertiary and graduating and serving and giving back to the community.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because once you educate, then you change the community and the village, don't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Jane, from a personal note, what made you get into doing charity work? What made you, want to work for ICCA?
Sure. I was in aid and development a few years back, and I've moved into a range of other not-for-profit sectors, corporate, and I really missed being engaged with different communities at this particular level. There was an opportunity at International Children's Care Australia, and it was just pretty much within a week, I think, the process took, and I was there. And what really captured my heart was experiencing Cambodia, the trip last December with my teenager.
Yeah, you went with your teenager? Okay, I was going to say, did you go with your family or?
Yeah, I did. I went with my husband and one of my 4 children, and she's a teenager, and it really transformed all our lives.
How did she find it? How did your teenager find it? Like, how did she come back?
Yeah. Look, she came back, she was intent on getting a job, she took up a sponsorship, she engages more, she doesn't ask for anything anymore, she doesn't want to go shopping.
Well, that works, right?
Oh, it was like, a blessing.
Because she had seen how privileged we are here in the Western world. Is that what she witnessed?
Yeah, and she participated in a big build trip. So all of our volunteer groups that go over go for a particular service. We have school groups that go for community development, and they also do education, so they get involved with teaching English as a second language.
So do you have to be qualified to do this kind of volunteer work, like when they're going over and doing these teaching programs?
No. Well, We set up specific programs that are relevant to that. So, you know, we've got 2 school groups currently in Cambodia at the moment who are serving in terms of education and community development, and they're in their teenage years and really making a difference.
You know, sometimes it seems like we think about how people are receiving the help when we go, but it seems like there's a lot of impact that happens to the people who are going on the trips as well. Have you seen a lot of that with the groups that go over, that they're experiencing some sort of change?
Yeah, they're really transforming. I think the bonding that takes place is really priceless. From that particular trip with my teenager, she bonded with at least 30 other young teenagers.
Wow.
They reunited this year earlier at a big camp in Queensland. They were helping me out at the stall. They were, you know, talking about their experiences and sharing. And also they talked about what the locals were doing for them. It wasn't just this, you know, one-way.
So if anybody's interested in finding out about some of these charities that in your organisation, where can we find you?
Sure. www.iccaustralia.org, and you're welcome to our next trip in 2019 to the Philippines, where we serve Bless Project.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jane, for joining us. Really appreciate your time. And you're doing great stuff, International Children's Care Australia. You heard it from her, ICCA.org. That's the place to check it out. Ladies, thanks for the chat. Until next time, have an awesome week. God bless.